Pretty tough acts to follow. Either the jokes or the drama with which Chris and Ed deliver their words, and I'm humbled by them. I am merely a mouthpiece. Mary wrote this and asked me to deliver it to you, and I'm happy to do so. These are Mary's recollections about Cal. I have been assigned to write my memories of Cal, BG, which means before G. So let me begin with a disclaimer. Cal was 14 when I was born, and Robin was 16. So any coherent narrative is not really there, for by the time I was 5, they had left home. Thus, instead of a large slice of chronological truth, I have instead a series of disconnected and random images of my two brothers from my childhood. So, my first memory of Cal is when in 1940 he put in the basket of his bike, put me in the basket of his bike and rode me to the train tracks and back of Miami Pass to wave at Wendell Willkie, who was passing through Madison as he campaigned against FDR. And we already heard why he would have gone to see Wendell Willkie. Naturally, Cal assumed everyone was a Republican. Hence his early attempt, I was 3, to educate his sister. But the iconic image of Cal caught and frozen in time is the picture of the family taken in the early 40s outside the house on Miami Pass, with mother and father and me in a little dark blue sailor suit. I saw that picture today, it's really with Cal and Robin both standing together in uniform. And Cal, in the dress coat, partly because of his height, glittered. And I was so proud of him. My brother the soldier. Indeed, at one point he added to his outfit a pair of riding boots. Totally illegal, I am sure, and strode around the house anticipating MacArthur's return to Corregidor, and admiring and laughing at himself in the mirrors. Both admiring and laughing. And this thing had all his life, an ironic eye, and this thing he had all his life, an ironic eye, an ability to laugh at himself, and to absorb events with calm. Most generally, he didn't dramatize. He appeared to take the world lightly, even living with our father. Where Robin and I, despite the differences in our ages, felt we were growing up under a tyrannical regime, Cal maintained equanimity. Case in point, Cal had gotten golf clubs and was practicing putting in the backyard of Miami Pass when Father decided to garage his Buick. He told Cal to move, and Cal persisted in his game. Not defiantly, but because he was Cal. Well, Edwin jumped out of the car, grabbed the putter in a Swiss fit, and he either tried or actually did break it across his knee. Cal simply laughed, which caused more rage. But in fact, Cal could do anything with Edwin. Among the 3 of us, he was the apple of Father's eye. And I think in part, Cal's serenity was shaped as a coping mechanism to offset Edwin's type A personality. Where with Father everything was life, death, and money, Cal, like Shakespeare and Chaucer, observed the world with amusement, tolerance, and delighted in it. My cousin, Barbie McPhee, told me that she always thought of Cal as, quote, unfolding, unquote, and if you think about it, that is the perfect description. Because of his height, he unfolded out of sofas and soft chairs, but he also unfolded his personality, his stories, his humor, and it seems to me that those elements combine to form a perfect composite for a doctor, a man of precision without haste. And Cal loved being a doctor. It was a title he never gave up, a job he performed with immense satisfaction. When he was elected coroner of Henry County, he inveigled me into watching him perform an autopsy.
Really? I didn't know that. Oh my gosh.
A Apparently, this became an initiation ritual for a number of his children as well.
Yeah, so I did.
I escaped with that. Yeah, you missed out. You missed out on that one.
I saw a few.
Boom, B-O-N-E.
And you liked them, don't you?
I loved it.
Anyway, the design of the organs when he first opened the body was unforgettable, and the odor made manifest when he saw it into the skull was, as they say, a gift that keeps on giving. And this is a segue into Cal's educator role in the moment in my life when he really emerged as a person of interest to me. It was my 4th birthday, and Cal arrived to present me with my first kitten.
Oh.
She was blonde and purred, and I was Cal's for life. I believe she was provided to teach responsibility, and the presents kept coming. A toboggan, the envy of the neighborhood, a bow and arrow set so tall and tight I couldn't string the bow, skis, all this mostly to keep me from books. Quote, we have to nurture the body as well as the mind, unquote. Much later, he bought a rowboat and taught me to row. But considering that event in retrospect, I see that he was concerned less with me than with building his own physique. Of course, that was after the war when he was into the body. I know this because I found in the basement at Nakoma Road a journal that he had kept during World War II, which recorded his romantic adventures. I was riveted, of course, to have my brother's wild youth revealed to me in his own script, but Mother abruptly cut off this avenue of my education. At any rate, the lavish gifts continued. Perhaps the best one was Jean, who got me through algebra, but without her I would have failed. However, after Larry and I married, floods of Waterford, starting with an inundation of wine glasses and moving to a variety of Waterford lamps. But the most amazing gift of all, from my perspective, was one which demonstrated Cal and Jean's generosity and their wondrous ability to see into the future. It was our wedding gift. They gave us a Danish chair and cherry wood table from the Century House. Oh, hum, you might say. But this very year, 43 years after the fact, the chair was pictured in Architectural Digest, along with the Eames chair and the Mies van der Rohe Barcelona chair, all honest-to-God modern classics. My brother, a maker of memories through giving. For me, Cal engendered such pride that a sketch can't possibly do him justice. He was for me strong even as he weakened, a measuring rod by which to judge my puny efforts for 73 years. From a boy resplendent in uniform to a man unfolding with elegance, who gave and gave and quietly glittered from within.